buyer. Here's the world we live in. There's been a lot of agents.
How many realtors are going to do that, though?
I think the number of realtors that would do that on their own is questionable. We can gauge, we can estimate 50%.
Let's ask Bill. Bill, are you still on the call with us? Nope, we dropped Bill.
I think, however, if there was a rule and that it's all in the seller's hands, it's in the seller's, they're holding the pen. If this was a pre-printed form on our local board of realtors that no showings by any agent who hasn't done XYZ as Tom's describing and prescribing.
So you're saying put it right in the contract using the seller as the crutch. This is what the seller is demanding of us, and
no commission will be paid at closing unless this policy. So the seller gains a lot of safety. They don't have weirdos in their house, and the agents both gain safety that the buyer has been vetted, and whether they can even, I mean, we're not even getting to the point of whether they can buy the house. We just want to make sure we know who they are, as Bill said.
Right.
Are they there for that purpose?
Well, Tom, you speak on this all the time to realtors. What's the reaction?
Well, the reaction is it's very difficult to do what we're talking about if individual companies try to do it. It has to be across the board. It has to be this industry. From a safety standpoint, it's not a gender issue. It's an industry issue. This industry is viewed as a soft target. It's people isolated in homes that they're somewhat unfamiliar with. They don't live there. It's opportunity. And what we need to do is eliminate that across the board. I don't know why there's not national regulations on bare minimum of what real estate agents should do with somebody before they're ever alone, before
Let's
they
talk
walk into
about
a
that
house.
when we come back from the break. Again, if you're a caller and you'd like to join in on this discussion, give us a call at 914-693-5700.
Perfect. All right.
All right, we had, yeah, so on Periscope, right, there's a viewer there that said they had a friend's mother in '95 that was killed.
Okay, so
and
can
she's a realtor.
we communicate with this person?
Well, that was it. We just, the mic's
dropped?
on. This mic's hot.
Oh, okay, so we
they
don't
could be
need
still
to-
on there. I don't know if the same person's
They're
on there,
hearing you.
but
Okay.
they were on here, we're
I'd like to hear
engaging.
more about that and maybe get Tom's opinion on how to avoid that in the future.
ton of people
It's a
have-
terrible, terrible tragedy.
Right.
We tell those stories, those horror stories. Realtors have approached me with horror stories as well that they've shared. And it's a dangerous occupation. Whether we want to admit it or not, it's a dangerous occupation. It can be.
It can be. Sure.
That's the key. It can
And
be.
anytime
needlessly.
you're in front of strangers, you don't know.
Right.
You really don't
We had
know.
the conversation the other night, and I asked someone in the room. I
2
said,
minutes.
have you uniformly been showing homes? Were you then as comfortable as you are right now in our revamp conversation? They said no.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, you're 100% comfortable here. You're less than 100% comfortable there.
On the phone we have Melanie on the phone.
Okay.
And then Bill also called back.
Okay.
So we're gonna go to Melanie first, and then when you're done with Mel, I'll put Bill through.
Wow, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. How much time?
A little over a minute.
Oh, okay, we're good.
Do we have time?
Yeah.
Minute
A
and
little over a
change.
One more minute?
Minute.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go back to talking.
Sorry.
But I mean, I gotta tell you, and I've thought of this before, the easiest thing is to put it on the seller, him or herself. And Julian Lawrence, of these big companies,
Don't mention names.
okay, well, any company that's the biggest companies in the county, we're a local show, should do that so that there's no way around it.
So the seller specifies that nobody comes into my home that's not a pre-qualified buyer. That's not a legitimate buyer. Is that what?
Or at least pre-identified. So I'm the seller, you're the
Pre-identified.
listing agent.
Right.
I say, listen, you're not going to get paid, and the person showing the house not going to get
30
paid.
seconds.
And I got 2 lawyers on this that are, unless I have proof at each
But
showing.
we really do have to put them on
If there's
the list.
20 showings, I want 20 demonstrations that this has been done. 20 people have gone to the office, given ID, and come
Right.
here, or no one's getting paid.
15.
Watch that change, Tom.
How did we leave off? What was your last statement?
10.
Your last statement before we went into break?
Mm,
You don't hear
Five.
what
3, 2, 1.
And we're back. And this is a hot subject here. We are video streaming this on Twitter through Periscope and Meerkat, and we have someone who is on Periscope that said that they have a friend whose mom was killed, who was a realtor, and the mom was killed in 1995.
There's at least 189 similar stories. As horrifying as that is, I use an example, a 71-year-old real estate agent named Ann Nelson. She was in this situation on a Saturday afternoon when she realized this is an unqualified buyer. And she made the mistake, and she said to this person, "Why are you here if you don't have any money?" And he beat her to death with a fire poker that was in that living room. And that's what that woman did. She said, "Why are you here?" And her life is lost. There are countless stories of people attacked like that. People posing as buyers to gain access to somebody. Maybe they first met them on the internet. They became somewhat obsessed with the image that they saw, and then they saw this person was going to be all alone from 2 to 4 on Saturday afternoon on 15 secluded acres above the lake. Opportunity knocking.
Tom, it's worse than that, because if you've ever, as a broker, and we know realtors do this, call for sell by owners. If you ever, as a broker, want to be talked to nicely, call a FSBO. They will love you if they think you're a prospective buyer. These are people on Craigslist, these are people on Zillow. They will welcome you, open arms.
And if you show up dressed nice in a nice car,
Sure.
they'll open the door right
so
away.
you need, that's it. You look at,
Because criminals don't look that part. Everyone thinks that the
look at
criminal
Tom.
is
Tom
going
looks
to.
great with the power tie. He could get in any house. He could get into the White House probably. So these people get him in. All they care about is selling the house and avoiding the commission. They'll do anything.
There's more
They're
to it
easy
than
targets.
that. We have another caller on the line. We have Melanie. Melanie, are you with us? Okay.
Right. You mean a seller that doesn't want to use a broker? You mean a seller?
Right.
Yeah, those are unrepresented sellers.
Exactly what you were just talking about.
Right, so that means two strangers, no one having any idea what the other's intent is. At least one is safe in their home, and one is a person who represents a savings. So that commission is worth that seller's life, I guess. As far as a strong sales pitch or bodily harm? Tom?
From the outside looking in, I think it has to start with an interview process. I don't know you, and you don't know me. Let's sit down in a controlled environment and see if we meet each other's needs. Maybe we do, but maybe we do not.
Right.
I mean, we've all been in sales situations. Was that individual threatened and bodily, or was there any harm, or just was it really great annoyance? Three syllables. Listen, that can happen, but that is outside the purview of our conversation. We're talking about the 2 million licensees in the country, how they can remain safe, and what the general public should. I understand. There are duties. Realtors have duties to the public, and if those duties are breached, well, they probably have their contact information. If they're part of a company, they can easily learn the broker. You know, there are rights, and like anything else, like our intro says, maybe seek the advice of counsel. Okay, I hope you haven't been threatened in any way, though. Glad you're
Thank
safe.
you for your call, Melanie. We have Bill on the line. Bill? Oh, our Bill.
Great. Hmm.